18, like Croatia against Argentina. Both nations were looking to qualify for the quarterfinals for the first time in 20 years since 1998 in France. It would be the second time in a major tournament that these nations would pay opposition to one another. It was at Euro 96 that a new Croatia crushed the Danes 3-0. They played opposition to one another merely 6 times, like 2 wins apiece, and a draw. Neither of these sides had conceded a goal in open play and were looking very strong at the back. Denmark for Denmark, like Poulsen returned, like Sisto dropping out, and also Knudsen came in for Larsen. The durable Danes hadn't lost since October 2016. As for Croatia, they'd caught in the imagination of the public. They'd start with a team that had beat Argentina convincingly. So the 9 players coming in from changes from the Iceland game. Croatia, when the pressure had built and they were expected to do very well, they'd often just bottled it. Evidently, I mean, against Turkey in 2008, and then Portugal in 2016 at the Euros. It was a game that would go right to the wire, and it would be full of tension and full of intrigue. Croatia, the undoubted favourites, would be stunned within 1 minute of proceedings starting, within 60 seconds. Like Jorgensen finding the net as the ball was somehow found its way under Subasic, who perhaps saw it late. The confusion was caused from a long ball from Knudsen, a tactic used by Iceland. An instant reply for Croatia, following a comedy of errors and mayhem in the Danish defence. The ball falling fortuitously for Mandzukic, who scuffed the ball for his first goal in 1 year. The goal settled Croatia as they dictated events from here onwards. Denmark pressed and forced into a familiar game, defending. It was Denmark's turn to have a good, decent period. This after 20 minutes. High-tempo Croatia definitely showing signs of slowing down. Both keepers were then forced into action, Braithwaite testing Subasic, while Rakitic's strike forced Kasper Schmeichel into action. Lovren was then closed from a firm connection, the ball header flying wide. Eriksson, with his own effort, dipping effort, that clipped the bar, had the Subasic scrambling back to goal. Schmeichel then had to get down very well to deny Rakitic. As half-time approached, Rebic and Perisic had also efforts of their own. The Croatia were definitely lacking the patience, but they had to remember that 6 of their 7 goals had been scored in the second half. Denmark were hanging in there. Eriksson hardly involved. For the restart, it was less explosive. Denmark looking comfortable, growing in confidence, showing, having a fine shape to them, their play, and definitely seemingly in control. Croatia is certainly definitely failing up to live up to it right now. No inroads made in this period. 15 minutes had elapsed. Denmark was sensing an opportunity. Was here. Striker Nikolaj Jorgensen was introduced on 65 minutes. The pressure maintained by the Danes as Kovacic replaced Bruneric for Croatia with 20 minutes left. Croatia was certainly a shadow of the team. There was no link-up play, no energy within their side, and Denmark the most threatening and with the momentum. Jorgensen then tried his luck for Denmark on 65 minutes. Modric's response was wayward as Rebic tried his own effort. Perisic then glanced at a header near post. The ball spun over the bar narrowly. Croatia suddenly were piling the pressure. Rakitic, with Croatia's 19th shot on goal was wide. Braithwaite with a volley responded, just like the earlier game with the hosts Russia and Spain. The game would proceed into extra time. Denmark were on the front foot as Croatia second best. Balls flying into their box constantly. Schroeder then drove over close in before Schmeichel was left scrambling back as the ball looked to loop over his head from Mandzukic's effort. The newly arrived Sisto then almost whipped the Danes ahead as Mandzukic exited the game. Then, with Modric's finest contribution to the game, split the Danish defence, and then Rebic rounded the goalkeeper and was brought down from behind by Jorgensen. A penalty, the conclusive and undoubted decision. Jorgensen survived being sent off because it was deemed a legitimate, tackle was made. And from the spot kick, Modric's low-driven effort was smothered by Schmeichel diving to the left. The tension was unbearable, and it was Modric had missed the great opportunity for Croatia to proceed within 120 minutes. So now it was penalties, just like the earlier game between the hosts and the Spanish. Eriksson saw his effort saved onto the post. Biddle followed suit, missing for Croatia. Denmark did go in front before Kranovic dragged Croatia level. Grandelli put the Danes 2-1 ahead before Modric redeemed himself to draw his country level. Then Schroeder missed. Pirich then missed. Then, unbelievably, Jorgensen missed before Rakitic was given the opportunity to send Croatia into the World Cup quarter-finals. He showed great composure and rolled the ball into the net. The second smallest nation ever to reach the quarter-finals, Croatia would be. And Denmark, unfortunately, had exited. Croatia lived to fight another day.